Prior to operating an aircraft not equipped with a transponder in Class B airspace, a request for deviation must be submitted to the answer controlling ATC facility at least 1 hour before the proposed flight. For the figure 8-9, what are the oxygen requirements if an unpressurized aircraft for an IFR flight northeast bound from Bryce Canyon on V8 at the lowest appropriate altitude? Answer: requirement minimum crew must be provided and use supplemental oxygen, and all occupants must be provided supplemental oxygen for the entire flight above 15,000 feet. To meet the requirements for flight under IFR, an aircraft must be equipped with certain operable instruments and equipment. One of those required is a clock with sweep, second pointer, or digital presentation. In the 48-hour contiguous in the 48 contiguous states, excluding airspace at or below 2,500 feet AGL, an operable code transponder equipped with Mode C capability is required in all controlled airspace at or above 10,000 feet MSL. If an unpressurized aircraft is operated above 12,500 feet MSL, but not more than 14,000 feet MSL for a period of 2 hours, 20 minutes, how long during that time is the minimum flight crew required to use supplemental oxygen? 1 hour and 50 minutes. In addition to a VOR receiver and a two-way communication capability, which additional equipment is required for IFR operation in Class B airspace? Answer: an operable Code C transponder having Mode C capability. For the figure 9-1, what are the oxygen requirements in an unpressurized airplane for an IFR flight eastbound V520 from DBS Vortac at the MEA? The answer: required minimum crew must be provided and use supplemental oxygen, and supplemental oxygen must be provided to every occupant. An aircraft altimeter system test and inspection must be accomplished within answer 24 calendar months. Your aircraft had the static pressure system and altimeter tested and inspected on January 5th of this year and was found to comply with FAA standards. These systems must be re-inspected and approved for use in controlled airspace under IFR by January 31st, 2 years hence. When an aircraft is not equipped with a transponder, what requirements must be met before ATC will authorize a flight within Class B airspace? Answer: a request for proposed flight must be made to ATC at least 1 hour before the flight. An aircraft operated during IFR under 14 CFR Part 91 is required to have which of the following? Answer: gyroscopic direction indicator. What are oxygen requirements in an unpressurized aircraft for an IFR flight northeastbound from Milford Vortac on V244 east of Hammett at the lowest appropriate altitude. Answer: the required minimum crew must be provided and use supplemental oxygen, and all occupants must be provided supplemental oxygen for the entire flight above 15,000 feet, or above 15,000 feet. What is the maximum IFR altitude you may fly in an unpressurized aircraft without providing passengers with supplemental oxygen? Answer: 15,000 feet. Aircraft operated during IFR are required to have, in addition to equipment required for VFR and night flight, at least. Answer: a slip skid indicator. What is the oxygen requirements for an unpressurized aircraft at 15,000 feet? The crew must use oxygen for the entire time above 14,000 feet, and passengers must be provided supplemental oxygen only above 15,000 feet. A code transponder equipped with altitude reporting capability is required in controlled airspace. Answer: at or above 10,000 feet MSL, extending at or below 2,500 feet AGL. Can you hear me? Hello? There we go. Still going. If the aircraft transponder fails during the flight with Class B airspace, answer: ATC may authorize deviation from the transponder requirements to allow aircraft to continue to the airport of ultimate destination. Ultimate destination. The use of certain portable electronic devices is prohibited in aircraft that are being operated under answer: IFR. What action should you take if your number one VOR receiver malfunctions while operating in controlled airspace under IFR? Your aircraft is equipped with two VOR receivers. Number one receiver has omni localizer / glide slope capability, and the number two receiver has only VOR and localizer capability. Answer: report the malfunction to ATC immediately. Your aircraft static system and altimeter were tested and found to comply with FAA standards on June 15th. What systems must be reinspected and the inspection logged no later than June 30th, 2 years hence? Who is responsible for determining that the altimeter system has been checked and found to meet 14 CFR Part 91 requirements for a particular instrument flight? Answer: pilot and command. What is the maximum cabin pressure altitude at which a pilot can fly for no longer than 30 minutes without using supplemental oxygen? Answer: 12,500 feet. Your transponder is inoperative. What are the requirements for flying Class D airspace? Answer: continue flight as planned. Which checks and inspections of flight instruments or instrument systems must be accomplished under before an aircraft can be flown under IFR? Answer: VOR within 30 days, altimeter system within 24 calendar months, and transponder within 24 calendar months. An aircraft altimeter system test and inspections are required to be accomplished within. Which of the following is required for aircraft operations within Class B airspace? Answer: a 4096 code transponder with automatic pressure altitude reporting equipment. What minimum navigation equipment is required for IFR flight? Answer: navigation equipment appropriate to the ground facility to be used.